Hi guys, Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about some altcoins, some crypto coins that I think are going to possibly 5, 10, 15x this month, if not next month. Now, I know my channel, I'm usually talking about how to make money online, but I also believe in the idea of working for money, then making your money work for you. And over the last year or so, I've been putting a lot of my money into crypto and seeing some big gains. And there's something I'm noticing similar to last year is the sentiment is kind of shifting, the momentum is moving upwards. So I just want to highlight what I'm investing in and what you should probably take a look at as well. So if we look at Bitcoin here, it's sitting on 45,000, a little bit red today. But if we look at the chart, you can see that the momentum has shifted since around February. So we had like the cataclysmic kind of drop here. The way you tell that the momentum has shifted is you get higher lows and also higher highs. So even though there's a slight drop here, the momentum, the macro is still moving to the upside. You can see that the latest red candle is looking like it's going to bounce off the 20-day EMA. So still, you know, I wouldn't be worrying so much that this is dropping. So while the Bitcoin sentiment, the momentum seems to shift, we're on an ascending incline. There are a couple of coins that I'm fairly excited about that I've been looking at in the crypto gaming niche. So if you want to see what I'm looking at, you come to coinmarketcap.com, you come down to where it says cryptocurrencies, categories, and the categories I'm looking at are metaverse. So let's go into metaverse here. And you have your main, like your top coins. So we've got the Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity. These are like the top games. You can see, you know, what their market cap is. So when you're going through the list, if you see other projects, obviously you should be doing your own research. You can kind of make a judgment, you know, after looking at a lot of different projects, comparing them to these top ones, whether you think they should be valued higher. And obviously those will be the ones that you should make bets on. Also, in the recommendations I'm going to give, know that this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. So it's up to you if you want to copy what I'm doing or not. But it's ultimately, it should be your own decision, and you should be wary of the risk, especially with these lower cap altcoins. If you want to play it safe, I'd be looking at Engine. I have money in Engine, and I have money also in Gala Games, because I consider those mid caps. Those are more like longer term holds for me. But if you want to see the big gains, you need to come down to those smaller caps. So the first one I'm looking at here is Minds of Delania. There are a couple of reasons why. Number one is they have their mainnet launching on April 26th. If you don't know already, the general rule is you buy the testnet and sell the mainnet. But the mainnet is still, you know, roughly 3 weeks out. If we look at the chart here, we're not going to do a lot of TA here, but you can see that it's starting to pump. And even though I don't like following green candles, I do expect this to probably hit about, I mean, there's the next level of resistance at around about 170. So I do think it can blast through there, but I would definitely get out before that mainnet. So that's one I'm kind of looking at. That's one I got in kind of when this dipped. I didn't really see that they were launching the mainnet this early. So I didn't get in down here. I kind of got in on this dip. And obviously a lot of people have been getting in as they've been discovering this launch. But do note that they will likely get out as the mainnet, as we get closer to that launch. So with these coins, you know, I'm not going to sit here talking about what each one is. You know, go to CoinMarketCap, click on it, find out their website, find out their Twitter, find out what Discords they have, see how active the community is. That's another way you can tell what a good investment is, what a good project is, how much are they really working on it. Another one is Moon River for me. Moon River previously, I think it hit like $400. Now it's at 75. I do expect it to go back up. The TA here is a little bit nicer. The momentum has shifted with Bitcoin, but we have a slight dip here. So I think this is a good area to buy. It hasn't passed through the 13 and 20 EMA here. I expect it to bounce back. So I do think right now is a good entry point. You can see it's formed this kind of ascending triangle here. It's trying to break through around about $80, you know, a round number, pretty normal, but it is lower lows each time. So we've got a low down here, we've got one here, we've got one here, and I think if it kind of follows that pattern, we should see a bounce here. So I think Moon River right now, great entry point. We've got resistance at about 80, around about 100, and then the next one is up here like 100 and, I don't know, maybe 130, and then 160. So I do think this can bounce back. If we zoom out, you can see that it was way up here at like 460. So even if it goes halfway back up, you know, you've already seen a 2x, which I think very well could happen towards the end of this month. Another one we're looking at is Ufo Gaming. So if we look at the charts for that, the last time I checked, which was before I went to sleep last night, it seemed like, you know, not a good entry point as Moon River, but you can see the momentum has shifted. We do have that ascending, increasing of lower lows, but it is sort of an ascending wedge here. So I don't know, I'd be looking to buy somewhere around here, but I do still think that it will go up. It's a good project, and it's something that I've got my eye on, probably looking to see what it will do towards the end of the week, maybe the beginning of next week, but it is definitely something I want to find a good entry point in. It'd be good to get in around about 100 here. You'd already be up like 15%, which is good, but another one to keep your eye on here, what is the market cap of UFO? You know, it's just shy of 300 million. Could definitely see an increase there. Another one I'm looking at here is Remark. Now this has already pumped quite a bit, but I like the entry here. There has been like somewhat of a dip. It is kind of hovering along on that 20-day EMA. So I think even here, pretty good entry point here. I think this project can do a lot more. If we look at the previous all-time highs, it was on somewhere around 0.005. Now it's on 0.001. So if it hits there, you know, that's a clean 5x as well. I do think it definitely has the potential to reach that. Now, two safer coins, coins that have a lot of hype. Veracity, I'm definitely invested in. I think this project is sort of leading the pack for what it's doing. Again, I also like this entry point. You know, even though it's been on a bit of a dip, I do see this bouncing back. So I actually like, if we consider this like the last low, you know, it is a higher low. We've kind of got a symmetrical flag here. So I think, you know, towards the end of the week, we could see some green candles here. And just the project in and of itself, it's something definitely worth looking at. And I also think, you know, out of the ones that I've talked about so far, it is one of the safer bets. Ultra, you might have heard of. It's kind of like the decentralized Steam. If you know anything about Steam, they're not really embracing Web 3.0 as much as a lot of people think they should be. So that's kind of left the door open. Ultra, I'm very invested in, and there's a pretty good entry point right now. If we have a look at what's going on there, you can see here, this looks fairly tasty in my opinion. So if I just draw the line here so you can see, definitely an ascending triangle here. So we've got, which basically means we're getting higher lows, so continually higher lows, and trying very hard to break out of like 1.4. So that resistance, you can see we had it here, we had it here, we had it here. I think if the sentiment of Bitcoin continues, if we get up to around 50K, I think right now is a great buy-in. And I also think this can absolutely launch a lot of hype around this project. And the last all-time high was around 2.3. Now it's 1.2, so clean 2x, but I actually think this can probably moon. I've actually got a lot of faith in this project, and I'm fairly heavily invested in it. I do like this entry point here as well. I might actually pick up some when I finish this video, to be honest. So this is really what you want to be looking at. You don't want to be chasing green candles. I mean, I know I showed you mines of Dalania, and you know, there were like four green candles. I don't really like chasing them, but I do think towards the mainnet it does have more potential, so I will give the exception there. But I would definitely get ready to be getting out of it, you know, come the 25th of April. But here, where you've had a little bit of a pump and then a little bit of a dip with a couple of green candles, but it's still kind of bouncing off that 13 and 20 EMA. I like buying here because I don't expect it to go down you know, I'm sure a lot of you experience, you know, as soon as you buy something, you know, it seems to go down. If you want to avoid that, you do have to take a bit of risk, be more of a wolf about things, and get in on those red candles as they start to kind of flatten out. You know, it's kind of like you kind of want to think about it like a bouncing ball. So you get those big bounces, and then it kind of like goes like that. You get that kind of thinner line of candles here, and that's kind of where you expect it to pump if it does. Just a final one, actually, I just was looking at this earlier, is Bosom Protocol. Now this as a project looks really great. You should definitely look into it. I think they're picking up partnerships. There's a lot of exciting things happening with the project in the near future. And also, as I was looking at it before, I think there's also a great entry here. If we check out the KuCoin chart, again, you can see I've done a little bit of charting here, and we have this symmetrical flag, as you can see, ascending, higher lows, and as you can see, like I said, with UOS, we've kind of got that effect where it's kind of, you know, that bouncing ball. It started off with a bit of a pump here on March 22nd, came down, came up, came down, and then it's kind of just bouncing along with these red and green candles here. And I would expect, you know, anywhere within the next couple of days to see, you know, a move to the upside. Could be a move to the downside. You know, as I said at the beginning of this video, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. For all I know, it could just level out and then drop. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but these are the kind of patterns that I usually go for. It comes down, you can see the momentum is descending, the momentum shifts, and then it kind of levels out like here, and you have this symmetrical, or preferably even better than this symmetrical flag would be like this. Well, you could argue that this is a ascending triangle. You can see it's trying to break 1.3 here, and you know, definitely could over the next, you know, 3 to 5 days. So as you can see, there are a lot of similarities with a lot of coins here. You've probably heard the saying that, you know, when there's kind of a bull run occurring, often you can close your eyes and just throw a dart and go in on anything. And you know, if Bitcoin's going up, everything is going up. But it is also good to diversify, obviously. So those are 5 I'm looking at. As I said earlier, I would come through to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or whatever you're using. Go to categories, and if you're a believer in gaming crypto, play to earn, metaverse, then go to that category, go through, do your own research. I would also recommend checking out the Twitters of these projects and also the Discord. See how active they are. Go to their website, see if they have a roadmap, you know, all that kind of stuff. All right, let me know what you're investing in. Type it away in the comments. I don't know how often I'm gonna make crypto videos, but I've been doing a lot of research, so I thought I'd share with you guys what I'm doing. All right, if you found value in this video, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.